BYJU'S Exam Prep. Yes guys, this is Rakesh Talreja once again back live into the classes to continue our discussions on signals and systems. Yes, the mastering concepts for GATE 2023, and yes, here we are discussing the signal and system, and in the last session we discussed about the discrete time convolution, the methods to solve it, what are the different types of method and different types of cases, and I was telling you that we will have a dedicated question practice class based on to this. We'll have a dedicated question practice class based on this, right? And that is what we are here for. Okay, and even before starting the discrete time convolution, we started up with the idea of convolution, what convolution actually is, and how to simplify the things, simplify the results based on convolution. So everything we have learned. Very, very good evening all. Keep joining the session and do update your friends that the session is live. Very, very important type of questions are going to be discussed in the session, right? All right guys, so let's get started. Let's get beginning up. This is a brief intro about me. This is your mentor and educator Rakesh. I have secured all India rank 9 in the GATE examination and completed my masters from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. I've trained more than 50,000 students in my journey. My major area of expertise is control, digital, signal and systems, EMFT in the tech domain. I also deal with the maths and aptitude in the general domain. Okay, as you also know, TTSS, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, we are having the signal system at 8 p.m. and other than that, MWF Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, we are also having the mathematics class, very important calculus at the 6 p.m. Both are going on for you. Okay, this is what, is the Hall of Fame. The BYJU'S Exam Prep students outshine in the GATE 2022 examination. All India rank 1, All India rank 2, 3, many under 50, multiple under 100. Yes guys, so hopefully you are also probably one of those listed here in the upcoming GATE 23 or 24 examinations. Right guys, so yeah, that's what, if you are learning from the BYJU'S Exam Prep GATE ESCPSU, the YouTube English channel, that's what is the series that is currently going on for you. Mechanical and Civil SOM, Strength of Material is going on at 8 p.m. Dheeraj sir already started this session. Today is Dheeraj sir class also. And Satya sir on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday taking programming and data structures, and for signal and system, that is the ECEE. Okay, already we are having at Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and maths, as I mentioned, 6 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Right guys, moving ahead. Okay, so if you remember, this is what is the homework I have given to you. Right, so this is the homework discussion first of all. This is what is the homework discussion first of all happening. Okay, let us discuss this homework. We have xn, which is 3 power n u of minus n, and hn is equal to un. Find the value of yn. This is what is the homework. I hope you have tried little bit on the homework part. Okay, if yes, let's match the answer. If you are not able to complete the homework, if you are stuck somewhere, let's look into how to solve it up. How to solve it up. Right, so what should be the value of yn? So sir, yn will be, as you know, is given by x of n convolution with the h of n. Right. That is basically given by summation of xk, summation of the xk, h of n minus k for all the values of k, for all the values of k. As I told you, there are two different types of questions that we covered last time. One is the signals with infinite length, because un is involved, or un or u minus n. Un from n equal to 0 to infinity, u minus n will be from n equal to 0 to minus infinity, but both are total containing infinite number of samples. And one are the signals with finite number of samples, finite length signal. For them, what we learned? We learned the sum by column method. Sum by column method. Now, this is what, let us put down the value, summation minus infinity to the infinity. What is the value of xk? X of k, 3 ki power k, u of minus k. 3 power k, u of minus k. Right, hn, so h of n minus k, hn is un, so h of n minus k is the u of n minus k. Right, now what to do next? Let us simplify. As we have discussed this pattern in the last class also, we will simplify the limits based on the unit step. So u of minus k, in the u of minus k, the minus k should be greater than equal to 0. The minus k should be greater than equal to the 0. So what should be the value for k? We want the limits with respect to the k, na? We want the limits with respect to the k. So what should be the k? If minus k is positive, of course k is negative. So k is less than equal to the 0. What about this one, n minus k? U of n minus k will exist. U of n minus k will be equal to 1 when the n minus k is greater than equal to the 0. And if n minus k greater than equal to 0, then the k is less than equal to the n. Then the k is less than or equal to the n. So, effectively you have k less than 0 and k less than n. Acha, k should be less than both. K should be less than 0, k should be less than n. Okay. K should be less than equal to 0 and k should be less than equal to n. So, dono se chota hona chahiye. So, it should be lesser than what? Okay, it should be lesser than what? So, what I can write here is, let us try to now. Oh, that went there. Okay. So, there can be the two cases, guys. There can be the two cases. Suppose n itself is negative. N itself is less than 0. Right, so k should be, एक example से समझते हैं. Suppose for example n is equal to minus 5. So n should be less than equal to 0 and n should be less than equal to minus 5. Oh sorry, not n, not the n, just a second. Right, we were talking in terms of k. K should be less than equal to 0 and k should be less than equal to the minus 5. So k should be less than 0, also less than minus 5. So eventually k should be less than what? Eventually k should be less than what? Eventually the k should be less than equal to the minus 5, right? So in general, we can say that k, when n is negative, k should be less than 0, k should be less than n, so eventually k should be less than n, right? Achha, this is one case. Now second case, pehle limits ko simplify karte, then we write down the answer. Second case, sir, n may be greater than equal to 0. Understand by example why I am putting a simple example so that it is easy for you to understand. Suppose that the value of n is equal to the 4. Right, now you want k should be less than equal to 0 and k should be less than equal to 4. Now tell me k should be less than what? Less than 0, also less than 4. So eventually it should be less than 0. Eventually it should be the less than 0. Right, that is what is the limits that is coming up. Right, that is what is the limits that is coming up. So now, after getting the idea about the limits, what is the final output yn? As written in the earlier slide, yn is summation minus infinity to infinity, but k should be less than n. Okay, so k should not go up to plus infinity, k should be less than or equal to n. So maximum value of k is n. So summation minus infinity se n, 3 power k. Only what is going to come? Sir, only what is going to come is the 3 power k, because the value of unit step is 1. To ensure the value of unit step equal to 1, that's why we have considered these limits, na? Okay. Right. So k equal to minus infinity to the n, 3 raised to the power k. Now, what is this? This means that we have 3 raised to the power n. I am going from upper limit, okay? Then I am going n to minus infinity. Reverse ja rahe, so 3 raised to the power n minus 1, 3 raised to the power n minus 2, plus up to 0. 3 power minus infinity will be 0. Okay, so plus infinite number of terms you can say. Right, this is a GP with infinite number of terms. Achha, what you can do it, guys, take the 3 power n common. If you take the 3 power n common, you get 1 plus 3 inverse plus 3 ki power minus 2 plus 3 ki power minus 3 down to 0. Infinite number of terms. So 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 ka square. It's a GP with the common ratio of 1 by 3. So what should be the answer for this? 3 raised to the power n. GP formula A upon 1 minus R. First term is 1 divided by 1 minus common ratio. 1 minus R, common ratio is 1 by 3. Solving this, I get 3 power n is divided by 2 by 3. 3 again goes above. So 3 power n plus 1 divided by the 2. 3 power n plus 1 is divided by the 2. On the other side, let's come here. What should be the value of yn? So sir, yn was given by summation k equal to minus infinity to the infinity. But case number 2, k should be less than equal to 0. It cannot be greater than 0. So it is a summation minus infinity to the 0, 3 power k. Right. So now again I am starting with the top limit and going down. So it becomes the 3 power 0, 3 power minus 1, 3 power minus 2, again up to the infinite terms. Again up to the infinite terms. So this is basically 1 plus 1 by 3, 1 by 3 square, 1 by 3 cube till infinity, and finally the y of n is given by a Again, the GP with infinite terms, A upon 1 minus R is the final formula, and this answer is 1 upon 2 by 3 or directly equal to the 3 by 2. So now guys, what should be the final answer? Okay, what should be the final answer? So yn, I have got the two different answers. One is 3 raised to the power n plus 1 divided by 2, but this is the answer when n is negative. This is the answer when n is negative. But if the n is positive, the answer is simply 3 by 2. It is 3 by 2 for n greater than equal to the 0. This is what is the answer for yn. Check if you have got this answer, because this was the homework for you. Just check, have you got this answer? Acha ji. Right. We can also write down the answer. We can also write down the answer in what manner? Right. Now, when n is greater than equal to 0, it is 3 by 2. So, we can multiply the 3 by 2 by un. Why? Why? Sir, anyways, we know that un will be 1 only when n greater than equal to 0. Right. So, simple रखने के लिए un से multiply किया. Next, 3 raised to the power n plus 1 divided by 2 when n is less than 0, and to represent that I write it as u minus n minus 1. U of minus n minus 1. So 3 raised to the power n plus 1 divided by 2, u of minus n minus 1 will be the final answer in that case. Right, because once again, अगर कोई confusion है तो just look with me. U of minus n minus 1 will exist when minus n minus 1 when minus n minus 1 greater than equal to the 0, na, shift n on the other side, so n should be less than equal to minus 1. That's what we want, na. We want n less than 0. N less than 0 means n will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, etc. na. So that means I can write n less than 0, I can write n less than equal to minus 1. So that is a correct representation, u minus n minus 1. Hope this is clear to all. And guys, this is nothing but my final answer for the question. This is nothing but my final answer to the question, right? Now, let's come to the next homework. Let us come to the next homework. Before that, before we come to the next homework, I will give you another homework related to the previous discussion. See, one of the signal involves u plus n. Minus 4 ko chhod dijiye, that is just shifting. But eventually it is un, and another one is involving u minus n. So one is the right-sided signal, one is the left-sided signal. Little bit related to the previous case, procedure will be 110% same as the previous question. Only thing is numbers and calculations will change, and that you can handle, na? That you can handle, right? So this is another homework for you today for today's class. Please complete this homework. Alright everybody, please complete this homework and let's proceed towards the next question here on the screen. Okay, so now this is not the homework, but this is the homework discussion. This is the homework of the last class. And this is very simple. Finite length signal. Okay, one is having the length 3, one is having the length 4. There are two finite length signals, right? And for the finite length signals, what is the method we apply? For the finite length signal, what is the method we apply is the sum by column method. What is the method we apply? Sir, it is known as the sum by column method. So, chalo apply karenge. It is basically the sum by column method. It is basically the sum by column method. Okay, chalo. So let's do it. We know what is the sum by column method. Let's do it up. Okay, so we write down one of the signal on the top, another one on the side vertically. What is that? 1, 2, 4. Right. Now the first sample does not represent origin. The origin is at the third or the second sample. That we will also deal at the last. Don't worry. First, let us complete the normal calculation, forgetting where is the origin, forgetting the arrow. So, normal calculation, what do you do? Multiply the entire elements of the top by first element 1. So, 1, 4, 3, 8. Now, multiply by 2, write down the result. Write down the result, 1 unit, right shifted. So, multiply by 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16. Now multiply by 4, all the elements on the top multiply by 4, 1 unit right shift, 4 1s are 4, 4 4s are 16, 4 3s are 12, 4 8s are 32. Now let us see what is the answer. Now what do? We sum by column, add every column, 1, right, 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 8, 11 plus 4, 15, 24 plus 8, 30, 22 plus 8, 30, 16, 28, and this is the 32. 1, 6, 15, 30, 28 and 32, right? So guys, answer 1, 6, 15, 30, 28, 32. Now if you write down this answer, all of your efforts gets wasted because this is the wrong answer. If you write down this answer, if this is your final answer, if you say, then that is the wrong answer, sir. But why it is wrong? If it is wrong, why it is wrong? Because I have not taken care of the origin. Okay, I have not mentioned the origin here, and if I have not mentioned the arrow or the origin, by default in discrete time domain, we know that by default, this will represent the origin by default. So if not mentioned, this is the origin. So then it makes the answer wrong. Then it makes the answer wrong. So how to correct it? How to correct it? So हमें यहाँ पे, I'll just tell you a simple method here. I'll just tell you a simple method here. ध्यान देना. Right. What was the origin of the given signals? 1, 4, 3, 8. 1, 4, 3, 8. So this is n equal to 0. And another one is 1, 2, 4 arrow at the center. 1, 2, 4. So this is the n equal to 2. This is, sorry, not n equal to 2. This is the n equal to 0. 2 to value hai. This is what is n equal to 0. Now, guys, if this is n equal to 0, the above one will correspond to n equal to -1, and this is going to correspond to the 0, -1, -2. This is n equal to -2, sir. Right. So remember one property I told you in the last class, that the sum of the starting index of xn and hn is equal to the starting index of yn. Right. So what should be, guys, what should be the starting index of yn? The starting index of yn should be equal to -2 plus -1. Starting, this starts from n equal to -1, that one starts from n equal to -2, दोनों को add किया -3. So guys, this part is actually -3, n equal to the -3. Now you can find the origin, na? Now you can find the origin, -3. So this is -2, -1, this becomes the origin. The origin will be at the sample, that is the 30. That is the 30, right? So let's mark down this origin. And that's your correct answer. That's your correct answer. If you don't locate the origin, then by default origin is taken at 1, and then definitely that's not the correct answer. Alright, chalo. So we have to be very careful in choosing this. Right, so let's move ahead towards the next problem of little bit similar kind, but question is not directly mentioned as sample. Okay, what is given? xn is equal to 1 for n equal to -2, 0 and 1. xn is equal to 2 for n equal to -1, and it is 0 elsewhere. तो सबसे पहले तो क्या करेंगे ना dear? First of all, what I will try to do, write down this in the form of the sample. Write down this in the form of the sample. So what should be the xn? What should be the value for the xn? What should be the value for the xn? The value for the xn is, starting from n equal to -2 it is 1, n equal to -1 it is 2, n equal to 0 pe वापस 1, n equal to 1 pe again 1, and that's it, 0 elsewhere. Right, this is the origin. This is what is origin, n equal to the 0. Right, this is what is the origin, that is the n equal to 0. Right. Acha ji, if that is the case, okay, now I have got the sample. Now see, once again, origin pe hai 1, n equal to -1, the sample is 2, n equal to -2, again the sample is 1, n equal to 1, the sample value is again 1. Right? I hope this is clear to you. Now what about the hn? What about the hn? Sir, इसको भी लिख देते हैं ना, थोड़ा सा मेहनत और कर लेते हैं, इसको भी लिख देते हैं. So what about the value of the hn? Right. So hn, delta n -1, delta n -4. There are 3 impulses, but the first of the impulse is origin, delta n, because these two are right shifted. They will come later, right? So delta n means 1 times delta n means unit impulse. So its amplitude, its coefficient is 1, right? Then you have delta n -1 located at 1 with the coefficient -1, right? Then guys, directly you have an impulse at 4. So what is there at n equal to 2 and 3? Nothing. So you have to mention 0. Coefficient will be 0. Delta n minus 2 absent. Delta n minus 3 absent. And finally delta n minus 4. Again with the coefficient of plus 1. Again with the coefficient of the plus 1. Acha ji. So what is Hn? 1 minus 1, 0, 0, 1. It is known as the 1 minus 1, 0, 0, 1. It is known as the 1 minus 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, bilkul. Absolutely great. 1 minus 1, 0, 0, 1. Now, rest is just formality. Rest is what we can easily complete. Okay, so now let me write down this to make it simple. Let me write down these signals here. Yeah, let's just convolute now. Why to just write down? Yeah, let us just convolute them. Writing one of them on the top. What is that? 1, 2, 1, 1. This is 1, 2, 1, 1. Another one is 1 minus 1, 1 and minus 1 and double 0, 1. Just multiply. First 1 से multiply किया तो all remains same. Then multiply by minus 1. तो minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 1. Next is 0. But every time you have to right shift by 1 unit. Logic I explained you in the previous class. Right. So this is 0, 0, 0, 0. Then again multiply by 0. 1 unit right shift to 0, 0, 0, 0. Finally multiply by the 1. But again 1 unit right shift. Again 1 unit right shift. And now what everyone has to do? Sum by column. Okay, sum by column, add the column, this is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0, minus 1 plus 1, 0, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1. But where is the origin? Okay, where is the origin? Tell me guys, where is the origin? So to find the origin, once again, starting index property will be used, right? Once again, the starting index property can be used, right? What is the starting index? What is the starting index of yn? The starting index of yn, उसके लिए मुझे देखना पड़ेगा, that is n equal to 0, this is 0, so this is n equal to minus 2, right? If this is 0, this represents the n equal to the minus 2. In the second one, delta n से start हुआ था. So even if I want to mention the arrow, if I have not mentioned, by default means it is at the first sample only. So this one is the n equal for the second signal. This is what is the n equal to 0. So minus 2 plus 0 remains minus 2. So this corresponds to n equal to the minus 2. And of course, then this becomes the origin. This becomes the origin, right? Now, what is the final way? Because the options are in the form of impulse. The options are in the form of impulse. So how do you write down the impulse? How do you write it down in the form of impulse? देख लीजिए एक बार इसको भी. How do you write this down in the form of impulse? So this is origin. Okay, so this is minus 1, minus 2. Impulse at n equal to minus 2 means delta n plus 2 left shifted. Delta n plus 2, right? Then delta n plus 1, coefficient plus 1, delta n plus 1. Then minus delta n. Sir, it is the minus delta n, coefficient is minus 1, then 0, 0, this is n equal to 1, n equal to 2, directly n equal to 3, so delta n minus 3, delta n minus 3 with the coefficient 2, right, then delta n minus 4, delta n minus 5 with the coefficient plus 1, so delta n minus 4 plus the delta n minus 5. Okay, so delta n plus 2 plus delta l plus 1, clearly option number B is seen in front of me, which is the correct answer. Option number B is the correct answer, right? Right. Future Pro, that is just what is the values given to me, na? See, you can understand like this also. If you are not able to understand, just take the origin, right? First locate the origin, n equal to 0 pe what is the value? So that is 1. That is 1. Now go back and forward. Go back means n equal to minus 1. N equal to minus 1 pe the value is 2. Ye likh diya. Then go back. N equal to minus 2, the value is again 1. This is the one written here. There is no minus 3 and all. Now go forward. N equal to 1. Again the value is 1. Again the value is 1 here. And 0 elsewhere. That's it. Okay. So I hope that should be clear now. Right guys, so moving ahead to the next question on screen. Next question on screen. Sorry, I've gone reverse, I think. Yes, so it's a gate 2-mark question. Let us have a discussion of this one also. Let Yn denote the convolution of Hn and Gn. Hn and Gn, where Hn is 1 by 2 power n, Un. Now see, this is not a finite length signal, but what I can do to make this question little simpler. And Gn is a causal sequence. Now, what do you know about the causal sequence? Gn is a causal sequence. So, G of n is equal to 0 for n less than 0. If you have any doubts, then definitely I am taking one more class after these continuous time. This is discrete time convolution, then we will take the continuous time convolution. Then I am taking the one more class where we will talk about the stable systems and the causal systems, right? Stable systems and the causal systems, right? So if you have any doubts, you can rectify about the causal systems there. Yeah, if you are new to the subject, Makala Abhinav, that is best. I can go suggest you to watch my introduction class on signal system, where I told you everything about signal system, what is the depth of it, what are the books, and etc. You can follow the first class. Okay, acha. So Gn is a causal sequence. So Gn is equal to 0 for n less than 0. If y0 is 1 and y1 equal to half, what should be the value of G1? So देखो सबसे पहले ना, let me write down what is the Hn given to me. Hn is half power n un. Hn is half power n un. That means Hn is equal to half power n only for n greater than equal to 0. Why? Because un is written. Na? So only n greater than equal to 0 will come. Only n greater than equal to 0 will come. So what should be the Hn? If you want to write down in the form of sample, n equal to 0 से start करेंगे, half power 0, 1, then half power 1, then half square, then half cube, and etc, etc, etc. Now what about Gn? As I told you, Gn is a causal sequence, so Gn is equal to 0 for n less than 0. That means the Gn can be written as, G0, I don't know what are the values, but I am just assuming G0, G1, G2, there will be some values, na? There will be some values, but the values will start from n equal to 0, right? For n less than 0, the Gn is equal to 0, yes, sure. Now, although these are the signals which are not finite length, but I am trying to tell you that even with the sum by column method, you can simplify, because if you solve this question by the limit, it will be little lengthy. But if you simplify this by sum by column, you are going to get the answer, because two values are given to you, y0 and y1. So, karte hain isko. Okay, let me just try this. Let me just show you how sum by column can help you even solving this signals with infinite length, right? So, what is the first value? किसी एक को top पे रखेंगे तो hn 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Yeah, let's to be simple, let's write it reverse. Okay, यहाँ पे रख देते हैं hn को 1, 1 by 2. Convolution is commutative. Now you can place, hn convolution xn or xn convolution hn. You can interchange it. Okay, let's place the gn here. So what is the gn? So that is the g0, g1, g2 and etc. ठीक है, सारा कुछ का जरूरत नहीं है मुझे. Here also it is etc, etc, etc. Now multiply by 1. तो 1 से multiply किया तो it depends 0, G1, G2 and etc. Then multiply by half, so that is known as the half G0, right? Then next it is the half G1 and etc. Now multiply by the 1 by 4, so it is the 1 by 4 G0, 1 unit right shifted, na? And etc. Right? Keep doing it, but पूरा नहीं करना है, right? Etc, etc, etc. Okay, because if I take the first and second sample only, y0 का value given है, तो guys see now sum by column, add sum by column. This is the G0, right? Then next is the G1 plus half G0, right? And etc. Now clearly a data has been given to you. This is the first sample of the output, so that will be y0. The starting index of output will be 0 because both the xn and hn started from 0. 0 plus 0 will be 0. So that means this is the y0. What should be the value for y0? What should be the value for y0 is 1. So this is 1. And this should be the value for y1. Right? This should be the value for the y1. Y of 1, which is g1 plus half g0. कितना given है y1 का value? The y1 is given to you as half. y1 is given to you as half. What is the value of y0 is g0. तो g0 को भी 1 put कर देंगे. So g of 1 plus the half into 1 is equal to half. Half and half cancelled. The value of g1 should be equal to the 0. What should be the value of g1? That is equal to the 0, sir. right? That is equal to the 0. The correct answer being option number A. The correct answer being the option number A, right everybody? The correct answer is the option number. Yeah, brilliant, fast, quick. Answer is 0. Two discrete time signals xn and hn are both non-zero only for n equal to 0, 1, 2. Matlab, this is clearly finite length signal. They are non-zero only for 3 values of n. Matlab, the length of them is equal to 3 and are 0 otherwise. It is given that x0, x1, x2. Chalo, acha, xn ka value to given hai. So let us write down directly the value of xn has been given to you. Why it's not coming this way? The value of the xn is directly given to me. Sir, what is the value of xn? x0 is 1, x1 is 2, x2 is equal to 1, right? This is given to you and this is x0, matlab this is the origin. What about the hn? hn is also non-zero only for n equal to 0, 1, 2, but only h0 is given to me. Only the h0 is given to me. Okay, the origin value is given, but what about h1 and h2? Sir, I don't know. So let's assume A and B. Let's assume, or you can write h1, h2 also. Let's assume 0, A and B, right? Let's write down these simple numbers, right? So what is this A and B? What is this A and B? This is known as the h of 1, this is known as the h of 2, which is not mentioned to me. Now, let yn be the linear convolution of xn and hn, right? So now yn is the convolution of them, out of which y1 and y2, little bit related to the previous approach. 2 values of the output are given. Here they have given y1 and y2. Then find the value of 10y3 plus y4. Find the value of the 10y3 plus y4. No problem, sir. We'll find it out. We can find anything. My concepts are clear. So any type of question I can solve. So let us start doing that linear convolution, right? What is the xn? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. What is the hn? 1, A, B. Okay, so 1 se multiply kiya, 1, 2, 1 multiply by the A, to A, 2A and A multiply by the B, to B, 2B and B, right? Now what you have to do is the sum by column. This is 1, this is known as A plus 2, this is known as the 2A plus B plus 1, this is known as the A plus 2B and this is known as the B, right? Now what is given to you? y1 and y2, right? y1 and y2. So what should be the y1? Have a look at this. What should be the value for y1? This is what is the value for y1. This is what is the value for the y2. अब इनको simplify करेंगे. Let us just simplify them, right? So what is the y1 is A plus 2. Sir, y1 given है मेरे को. y1 is the 3. y1 is the 3. So that means A is equal to 1. Solving this. What is the y2? y2 is 2A plus B plus 1 and y2 is given to you as 4. So this is 2 plus B plus 1 is 4. What should be the value of B? That is also 1, right? A and B are both equal to the 1. Now what they are asking, find 10y3 plus y4. Find the value of 10y3 plus y4. 10y3 plus y4. So what is 10y3? 10y3, that is A plus 2b. Plus y4, y4 is B. Now place the value. A का value भी 1 है, B का value भी 1 है. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 into 10, 30, 30 plus 1. My final answer is the 31. My final answer is known as the 31, 31, 31. All done. My final answer is known as the 31. All correct. Great. Great, 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 great. It's the answer that is known as the 31. Chalo. Okay. So, this is a little bit related question because a cascaded system having the impulse response H1, H2 is shown in the figure. right? What is the input sequence for which the cascaded system produces an output sequence yn given to you? Produces an output sequence yn that is given to you. Okay, so again the output is given to you. You can use the sum by column to figure out these answer, right? You can use the sum by column to figure out these answer, right? Shall we? Chalo. Now guys, a cascaded system, whenever two systems are connected in the cascade, whenever the two systems are connected in the cascade, what is, yeah, the previous answers are there in the comment box, so the 31 are correct, right? Whenever two systems are connected in the cascade, what is the overall impulse response? Guys, tell me, whenever two systems are in cascade, the overall impulse response is given by H1n convolution with the H2n. It is given by the H1n convolution with the H2n, right? H of n, it is the H1n convolution with the H2n. Acha. Now what is the result of this convolution? ये एक बार देख लेते हैं. What should be the result of this convolution? Okay. अच्छा, before I tell you the result of this convolution, नहीं चलो पहले इसको complete करते हैं. What is the result of that convolution? It is 1 minus 1. This is known as the 1 and minus 1. And what is the H2n? This is known as the 1 and 1. This is known as the 1 and 1. Acha sir, no problem. So this is 1 minus 1. This is also 1 minus 1. Sum by column. This is 1 minus 1 plus 1, 0. This is minus 1. 1, 0, minus 1. What is the Hn? Sir, it is the 1, 0, minus 1. The value of the Hn is 1, 0, minus 1. Chalo, ठीक है, no doubt. The value of the Hn is the 1, 0, minus 1. Now we can see that what is the length of the Hn? That is 3. Now what is the length of the output? What is the length of the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The length of the output is 6. Now the length of the output is 6, and we know that length of the output is length of the input plus length of the impulse response minus 1. So this is equal to length of the input x plus 3 minus 1. Right, यहाँ से क्या समझ में आ रहा है? What should be the length of the xn? The length of the input should be 4. xn पता करना है. The first I have got the basic idea that the length of the input is equal to 4. So we can say that let that input, because it contains 4 samples, so let it be A, B, C, D. Let it be A, B, C, D. Let it be A, B, C, D. Now guys, please very carefully note that in this problem nowhere arrows were given. Because nowhere arrows are given, so by default the signals, all the signals starting from n equal to 0 only. Starting from n equal to 0 only. That's what is the by default. By default the arrow will be first sample if it is not mentioned, right? That, and the output also arrow is not mentioned, to output also starting from 0. So if the impulse response starts from 0, output also starts from 0, the input also will start from 0. So here also we don't need to mention the arrow. Now what I can do, I can simply apply the sum by column na. A, B, C, D. This is the input. What is the final impulse response? Sir, 1, 0, minus 1. Multiply by 1, A, B, C, D. Multiply by 0, 1 unit right shift, 0, 0, 0, 0. Multiply by minus 1. So minus A, minus B, minus C and the minus D. Now this is A, this is B, this is C minus A. This is the D minus B, minus C and minus D. What is given to me? Actually output is given to me na. 1 to 1 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1. Just copy this. 1 to 1 minus 1. What is the given output? 1, 2, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. Right. So this clearly means, now what is the question actually? What is the input xn na? Okay, input xn यहीं से समझ में आ जाएगा. हाँ, correct. Input xn यहीं से समझ में आ जाएगा. We have got A equal to 1, we have got B equal to 2. Now we have got, इसको छोड़ दीजिए. Directly from here, I am getting minus C as minus 2. So C equal to 2, minus D is minus 1. So D equal to 1. Right. So answer is in front of you. What is the value of xn? What is the value of xn? Xn was ABCD. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. That is the option number D, no doubt. 1, 2, 2, 1. Option number D. Simplified. Finished. Simplified finished. 1, 2, 2, 1 is my final answer, everybody. 1, 2, 2, 1 is my final answer. All okay? 1, 2, 2, 1. Right, guys. Okay, so these are, some expected and important type of questions. Sum by column can help you in simplifying these questions. Let's move ahead. Right, so you are able to see pretty much a similar question. Given the finite length input xn, right, xn is given to you 1 minus 1 and the corresponding finite length output yn, okay, of the LTI system shown below. What is the input? See, in the previous case, hn is given, xn is asked. Here, xn is given, hn is asked. Okay, so it is pretty much the similar question. Output yn is given as the input xn, convolution of hn, right? This part and this part is given to you, the output and input. Question mark is what is the impulse response? So once again, you can assume impulse response as ABCD. Okay, what is the length? Okay, what is the length? वो भी check करना पड़ेगा ना, right? What is the length of the output y is known as the length of the input x plus length of the h minus 1, right? Now, what is the length of the output y, sir? Length of the output y given है ना 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. तो यहाँ पे मैंने रख दिया 5. This is the length of the input xn. xn is having the length only 2 plus lh minus 1. Solving it, the value of LH is equal to 4. The length of the H is equal to 4. That means once again HN I can assume it as A, B, C, D. Right. Input starts from 0, output starts from 0. Arrow mentioned it. So HN also starts from 0 according to the sum of the starting index property. According to the sum of the starting index. So now just a formality is left. Right. What is the XN? 1 minus 1. इसको यहाँ लिख लेते हैं better. What is the HN? Let me write here. A, B, C, D. This is 1 minus 1. Right. So this is A, B, C, D. This is minus, right shifted, minus B, minus C, minus D. So this portion becomes the A. This is B minus A, C minus B, D minus D, and minus D. Right. Now what is mentioned to you? What is the given output? What is the given output? 1 0 0 minus 1. 1 0 0 minus 1. तो क्या समझ में आया यहाँ से? That A is 1. Right. B minus A is 0. So B equal to A. That is equal to 1. C minus B equal to 0. So C equal to B. That is again equal to 1. D minus C is 0. So D equal to C equal to 1. Right. Yeah. You can get the D here also. Right. So what is everything is 1. So what is the HN? A, B, C, D, and all A, B, C, D are equal to the, all of the A, B, C, D are equal to 1, 1, 1, 1. Option number, now 1, 1, 1, 1. What is the option? No, there is some displacement. There is some, I think, wrong with the option. The arrow cannot go at the end. The arrow will be at the first sample only. Right, 1, 1, 1, 1. Option number C with the arrow here. Right, the correct answer has to be option number C. But that is not the correct one. That portion is not correct, right? This is not correct. Okay, option C, but the arrow should be at the first sample according to the arrows given in the input and output. Okay, sir, this is also output. Yeah, ये भी output है ना? Okay, so some typo error was there in this question, but no issues. We have rectified it. So all the arrows must be mentioned at the first sample only. All the arrows must be mentioned at the first sample. Last में तो कहीं नहीं जाएगा, isn't it? So here, here, and here. All okay? Chalo, correct answer is option number C. That's it for the question range. So few questions we solved in the last class, understanding the methods, and this was totally question practice class. What is the next? So next we are going to have the class, okay, on today's Tuesday, na? Yes. So next we would have it on Thursday, 8 p.m. where we discuss the next very important topic, continuous time convolution. Okay, and then when we go to Saturday, 8 p.m. It is once again the question practice of continuous time convolution. Right. So what is convolution? What is the idea of it? That we have already discussed. Now, what is the methods of solving continuous time convolution? Because I told you that will involve integral, right? So what type of questions can be expected? Because integration is there, some area properties can also develop, some tricks will also come. So all the methods and tricks in the next class, followed by question practice in the Saturday's class. That's what is the next two classes, and then I will update about the next also. With this, guys, I'll take your leave for today. Okay guys, so hope you are enjoying, you are learning the concepts, and if you have liked it, do not forget to like the session also. The PDF should be there, sir. I think last class, if I haven't posted the PDF, I will do it. Don't worry. Okay. Okay guys, so bye-bye. Thank you. If you have enjoyed the concept, do like the session, and if you want to keep enjoying such sessions, if you want to stay updated, and if you don't want to miss any of the session, do not forget to subscribe the channel, because all of these contents, technical, maths is also going on, some general informative sessions also coming up, all this available on the same channel. Bye-bye. Thank you. Stay safe and do take care of yourself.